So what it discovered right here is a whole new play nobody's even really known about, and we haven't even named it yet. We're thinking about naming the prospect Hercules. All these are named Wild Weasel after aircrafts, and the Stinson aircraft, and we're thinking about naming the prospect Hercules because it's so strong. And so what's so valuable about this is Don's got so much data about this. He's got his attic full of data. This is like the best well he's ever seen. He believes in this well more than anything. This is one that he carries with him his whole life. And so I keep pulling him out of retirement.
Don probably has a lifetime override for that block.
Well, I will give him an override on that. Like I've done all my scientists. I've given like Armstrong does. But that as you can see how big that structure is, it's just humongous. It's look at the size of that thing. And we don't know how far it goes. Then over here we have all this right here that could be that Jurassic, right?
Yeah, or lower Cretaceous.
Lower Cretaceous. And we have no 3D data. We have no wells, new wells tied to it.
Where does that presidential withdrawal area fit along? Is it just right along the north edge?
Right here, and say, so here's the
That's
line.
Anwar over here, but I mean to the north into the Bullford.
Well, this is the state line right here.
Oh, that's the state line. Okay, good.
Okay, so I'm going to have to bid on all this. I'm going to sell this acreage one way or another, but I'm requiring whoever buys my acreage to shoot 3D across all the earth. And then I'm requiring them to drill a well from here to test the Thompson sand, and here to test the Palestine, which just flowed 2,500 barrels a day. A lot of gas. This one here flowed 2,300 barrels from the Thompson. So we could pull it, and there's a gravel pad right there, and there's the empty pipeline, 70,000 barrels capacity. 70,000 barrels capacity.
What's the group of partners with Exxon doing in there right now? Are they developing anything?
What happened with Exxon is that there was they cleaned it all up. These are all the owners. See the owners right there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Okay, that all changed. This is an old map. See the year on that, 1918?
Oh, okay.
No, sorry, 2018.
No, I've seen the recent version of that partnership too.
Okay, so all the owners now are just simply this. It's Conoco sold to Jade. It's been pretty much established, 5%.
Okay.
And so now you got...
Is Conoco out then? I mean,
they're out.
Okay.
And that's my understanding. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. And so Exxon owns about 60, and then, or a little bit more, and then you have BP on the
BP, which is now Hillcorp, right?
Which will be Hillcorp.
Yeah.
So now Kevin over here says to me, he said, Dan, we can't do nothing right now because of the thing, you know?
Right.
Kevin and I have been friends for years. So I said, Kevin, okay, in fact, you and I got in the business together in 83. We came to Anchorage together, and we've been friends ever since. I said, we've always said we're going to do a big deal. This is the biggest deal in Alaska. Right here, he can tell you a little bit. What's that play over here called low ball here?
Oh, yeah. For the most part, the Point Thompson is all of lower Cretaceous, plastic, Grand Delta, that's north and south.
Okay.
And it's eastern, very, very goes into the Donkel. And it's also, this is the so-called undeformed zone of Anwar. Everything further to the
Which sounds similar to what E&I's trying to do.
Yeah.
On lateral. Is get over the arch and
Get
find
over the arch.
Yeah.
This whole area here has potential for Point Thompson. Basically, you see in the quote basin, which is not basin. It's production Cambrian report. Yeah, great area.
Interesting.
So the key is the 3D sheet. I mean, I think that because Trump, they're going to be taking the gas and shipping it over the top right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That's right over here. See over here?
Okay, yeah.
Shipping over the top. Okay. Now see this steel drilling casing over here? Yep. That here can sit right there and can drill onto here. They're saying we can't, and no surface entry from here, no surface entry at all.
Right.
From here, okay, to right about there. It's like, that's no surface entry. Now, I guess that's probably about 10 miles wide. So it's not that bad. We can get the steel drilling case, I'd go horizontal in here.
Come in from the north.
And then we could drill from here to go horizontal in here. And so it all depends on how it's going to look when they come and let the leases go. But what we can do is get the steel drilling case on, twin that well, and we can tie the data, the seismic data to the new 3D shoot. When are they going to shoot this new 3D shoot?
So that's, we're not part of that one, but SAE is. I mean, they were still working on permit issues. I think one of the things they've run into there is some of the regulations around bear dens. They're trying to make them a lot more onerous, right? And so
they'll be rewriting that right now as we speak.
Exactly. So what SAE is doing, they're going, we're not going to be the first ones to go out here and sign an agreement. So they've kind of backed off to let sort of the things settle out on that.
Right. What Trump's doing is he's rewriting the law right now. He's already said it. Right. He's rewriting the law so that there won't be any litigation. And rather than go ahead and do it now and then deal with the litigation, what he's doing is changing the regulations first. So he's making sure that there's no wiggle room. That when they go do this, that there's no way. It's a summary judgment. It's a summary judgment, and that's what's happening there. So that's going to be quick.
So as far as the size, I don't know the timing on it yet. I think as soon as the regulatory issues are settled down, then they want to go. There's a partnership with them.
And it's full speed ahead on the Trump administration. I mean, we're working on it right now. So there was a dispute here as of the acreage right here. The line either comes follow this river or the Staines River, okay? And so you have the canyon and the Staines. And so what happened is I got caught up and the state said no. All this acreage here, over here is all state. Right here, okay? So I'm the only one that got in. So basically, they're saying I own all 3,000 acres here, but the feds are saying I only own about 1,700.
Because of the dispute.
Right. So when I said, well, hell with that. I'm going to drill here and get downhole location right here. I'm going to start flowing that within a year. I'm going to go over here and get that PDC. I'm going to flow that within a year. I'm going to prove 2,500 barrels, 4,300 barrels from the Thompson. What we're going to do is tie that seismic line, tie these two new wells, tie that to the new data. And then what we want to start doing before Anwar shoots, before Anwar starts shooting, we want to get an offshore shoot right here. That's what we want. And if we can expand it, E&I might join. See, E&I just picked up all this. And E&I's got the money and they're motivated. And they're not afraid of offshore.
Have you been talking to them already?
Well, they're talking to us, yeah.
They're not afraid of offshore, but they're taking kind of a long evaluation approach to this whole thing.
And that's fine.
They're focusing up here right now.
But they just bought all this.
Yep.
And so, but here's what's got E&I worried, okay? You miss out on this opportunity, you're going to feel like an idiot. I mean, he knows more better than anybody, and Monty knows. They both are the two guys that have the information. Well, there's Mr. Dees, and the data is people know, but there's not very many people interested. I mean, that's not all things so, right?
We've been talking to them about, so I was obviously we picked up this ACLAC chute that SAE acquired in 2016, and we're looking at a chute that will basically merge into that up to the Staines River to the south.
But how far? I saw the permit. It was all the way up to the northern border. Now,
You know what? We're basically, it's a winter chute, so however the ice gets grounded out to, it's going to be kind of a moving target. Right?
what we wanted to do is to take that and then merge the data offshore.
Well, if Exxon doesn't come into our chute, we're going to cut Point Thompson. We're not going to go unfunded, and we need somebody. Somebody is part of that partnership needs to help that survey go.
I think somebody ought to buy out. And I've talked to Kevin about it. And I know the problem is they can't really sell it right now because it's supposed to be deal.
Right.
So I think it's for sale. That's what I think. I think it's
A lot of gas, right? I mean, that's mostly gas.
a lot. It was $8 trillion, and so it's a lot of gas. But the nice thing about this gas is they came up with this idea here.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right.
And that's a brilliant. And so I don't know what they're going to do, but all I know is the most important thing is 3D. 3D right across here. That's what you need.
If you could get somebody like you say, E&I and Exxon to support a survey like that, I mean, we would be highly interested in getting involved. So.
Right. We want to give. What we want to do is we want to place the acres to somebody that's going to guarantee that commit to the survey.
What's the whaling window?
The whaling? Jim Weingartner.
What?
We're talking about whaling. Where's Jim Weingartner?
You know, we're in Harrison Bay. We're looking like August through October, but you'll have to work around the captains.
He works for the captain.
Okay.
You know what he does, don't you? That's all he does. Hangs out with the captain and captains. That's every month he's up there. They threw him up in a blanket, for Christ's sake. He's 62 years old. They had him up in a blanket flying up. You know they do that. So they're supposed to be able to see the whales, and they throw you up to see the whales.
Right? No, I've never heard that.
No, it's a tradition. And so Jim says me this damn.
I did not know that. Yeah.
So Jim is good friends with all the whaling captains. Like you gotta hire him if you need him. I mean, we gotta. He's very, very valuable. So I think we can get that. See, he's been working with Hillcorp, so he's been working with the whaling captains. He's been working with because he's got more knowledge than most people, and so he's also. And the way I work with Jim is he's a landman, so you always have to think the way landmen think. So I made sure he had royalties all in here.
Motivation, right?
Oh yeah.
How many square miles is that in the water that you want to have shot?
Monty here. Where's Monty?
But
I
he's
don't know.
vanished.
Monty around?
No.
How many? It would be this.
The question is, can you get it all in a season?
What would you imagine, Don?
In square miles?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Okay, your acreage is a total of what, 56?
Yeah, but how far into federal water?
Yeah,
We want to go out. I
I
think we want to tie. I think you probably want to. Who owns this? ASRC?
ASRC.
Okay, so the question is you want to tie this with that? And I think you probably would. I think you want to tie this area. I mean, I think it could be a big shoot. I don't know how many. Monty, whoever Monty is, he's the geophysicist. But I was talking to. We're looking for a big.
Double the 50 probably, right? Just to tie in from the north. And depending on if you want to tie that other data in, that'll depend if you get a permit out there in that presidential withdrawal area too, right?
Yeah. What we think is there's some big companies like Noble. They've been talking to us. Noble. Somebody is going to realize this just produced 18 billion barrels of oil already. So that pipeline is only producing 500,000 when it can do an easily 1.2, 1.3 million a day. So there's 800,000 barrel capacity. Plus this one here has got a spare capacity of 60 to 70,000 barrels a day. And here you got this well that flowed 2,500. This one here, a heck of a lot of oil, and this one here, 2,300. And so we've got it here, and we got it here.
Let me borrow your pointer. I'm just going to add a couple things.
Sure.
Yeah, I was involved in the drilling of Cooper with Arco. There's a lot of oil out there. We proved up at least 350 million. Could have gone up to 500 million. We really didn't know the full limits of that. This is the Unical hammerhead feature here. The shells, until it was turned over to ASRC, they were going to drill out here at the same time they were drilling out in the Chuck Cheek. And the two hammerhead wells here proved up about 250 million barrels of oil. They were going to drill the four-way dip closure was faulted. They were going to drill the downthrown side, which had even more. So, this alone probably has at least 400 million barrels of oil. And then they also had prospects up here to the north that they were going to drill. So, yeah.
Was that all based on 2D data out there?
I'm sorry?
Was that all based on 2D data?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, I don't
Probably.
think Shell did much more.
I don't think they did either.
I think they had sort of a tight 2D run. But yeah, I mean, just to back up.
Al Sander, TGS.
So, okay, my background's in geophysics.
Okay.
So he asked the question. Don was just explaining the background of Covalum and Hammerhead, and he was saying how many square miles here. So if you look right there, how much of this square miles offshore would you think needs to be shot?
Well, Anwar, which goes from about here to the wall, is 1,700 square miles. Does that sound right? And it goes down to about here, so a couple thousand square miles, something like that. Does that sound a big block?
Aclac is 400, and if you were to take Aclac and put it on, you'd have a pretty big survey.
What about
You'd have a big survey.
How big was that survey?
Which one?
The Malaga.
I don't know.
Aclac was 400.
Aclac was 400. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you took that box and put it on there, you'd cover a massive amount.
Right.
Would that go here? Show me what that would cover. Kyle, show me what that would cover.
Well, these are 3 mile blocks. So
Where's your, which is this one?
The top.
Oh, the top one, okay. Yeah, so Aclac basically is a box that sits there.
So thinking about my.
So if you were to do that, it's about 400 squares. Like eyeballing it,
Yeah,
right?
could you tie the Covalum wells and the Hammerhead? You'd want to tie the wells,
That
right?
would be... yeah, I think you could.
Dan, think of it, 400 square miles is 20 by 20.
Right.
These are 3 mile blocks.
Right.
So basically, you add up about 7 of these blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there, about like that.
Yeah. You cover,
That would work.
that size of survey would cover a lot of that area.
And what would that roughly shoot? I'd be shooting from the hip.
What is 400 square miles? Was it you told multiple cables or?
On that, we would do with ocean bottom.
Oh, even at 150 feet?
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't want to put streamers up there. Because we have a small project that SAE shot in 2014 called CRD. That was about 60 squares, and it was all 2 meter to 4 meter depth, so it was pretty shallow. And the nodes were, that's kind of shallow for the nodes, but the nodes were pretty good there.
So you do ocean bottom with nodes?
Yeah, we do ocean bottom.
Now, so how much square mile would that be?
We're looking at a project in Harrison Bay, and the cost on that is, the cost estimates on that for about 220 squares in a season is something in the order of 160 a square.
Well, that's not bad. The nice thing about OBC is you can come into real shallow water, you can get all that
Oh yeah,
Is shallow.
you can come right up to the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which are the transitions make Dan's acreage happy.
That would be very good.
Yeah.
Is that how Pluto did it?
Prudhoe, the bay itself has a lot of unconsolidated stuff, and they weren't getting a good coupling.
Yep.
And so they test holes of the boat in summer, 3, 6, 9, 12 feet.
Right.
They said 9 looked a whole lot better than 6.
Right.
12 looked about like 9. They drilled 12,000 holes.
Okay.
They dropped all the nodes in, froze over, ice
Oh, no kidding.
went down to the bottom.
Yeah.
They shot all the data, no one even knew if it was good or bad.
Right.
And then when the ice melted, they
They went and picked up the nose. Yeah.
the GPS, and 98% of the data was still on the nodes.
Oh wow.
6 months later. But all the geophysicists were like, because you don't know if you got any data or not. It was a $75 million shoot.
Yeah.
But that data are
Incredible.
those phones are well calculated.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. So you'd have to acquire this in kind of the summer season where you could get. You'd use an air gun source, probably a small air gun
See,
source.
the boats just drive along to places, they just pop the nodes out, and the nodes kind of find their way
It depends
down.
how deep it is. If it gets deep enough, which this won't, but if it gets deep enough, they'll lay them out with you and stuff just to position.
Because a lot of this red acreage really ties more to the tertiary.
Yeah, this is node on a rope stuff here. Yeah.
Monty, what knowledge, though, did he get Jim Weingartner, but what knowledge do you have of the whaling situation?
Well, there's restrictions during open water season. The whalers, until they kill their allotment of whales,
Reduce distance amount or whatever.
they'll make your life miserable. So the
Hey,
best
Dan.
thing is to
Dan.
you usually have some pretty good open
Dan.
water time in the fall. But really, you can't plan them more than
Where's
about,
Jim?
it's just like
Jim Weingartner.
you can't plan them more than about 2 months. Good. You might get 4 months. You might get 2 months.
That's why we
Yeah,
think
you can see
the
again.
parameters we're looking at Harrison Bay, we think about 200 miles instead of shooting.
Okay,
Now here,
really tell me you need to talk about whaling.
Yeah. Might get extended a little bit.
And Cross Island is the only place they really do whaling off of, and they're done pretty quick.
Okay.
They get there through whales.
Yeah.
So ARCA back in the day would actually help them spot the whales so they can kill them early.
And we would be doing a similar kind of thing, right?
And then they got all fussy because they wanted to ride on every helicopter ride and call their buddies whale
I
10
remember
o'clock
that.
from a helicopter. We're like, you can't be doing that. Once we land, you can go tell them. But don't be like spotting from the air and calling in the kill. The feds just went nuts, you know.
Not good.
But ARCO was like, the sooner you kill your whales and you're happy, then we can get to work.
Now the good old days.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Have you ever dealt with the whalers, Dan?
No, but Jim calls me all the
Jim's
time.
your guy. He's dealt with them so much. He knows how to.
He made that his specialty.
I don't know how he has the patience for it. You have to eat that buck tongue.
He's got the patience of Job. He's got all girls.
There you go. That trained him. Huh? That trained him.
And his ex-wife's a handful. He's got a lot of patience.
Yeah, you met her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She lives to work out. That's all her reason for living is to run triathlons and work out. Keep up with that.
Yeah.
She makes them do it.
But she's 60 now, still doing it. You know.
She is. Yeah. She's amazing.
Jim's got some smart kids. His oldest son went to West Point. Became a doctor actually.
What time we get to here? 11:14. Probably we need to roll here in a couple minutes, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been really nice.
Thanks for sharing some of your knowledge and insight on this stuff. But yeah, if y'all are starting to pull together some momentum in that area, keep us in the good.
Well, it's a mutual beneficial relationship because we're small. I mean, big ideas. And I did a deal with Digicon way back in 1980, 93. And I walked in the head guy at Digicon when they were down over here, and Houston, and they said to me, and my geophysicist was one of his best friends, Charlie Brooks, and
Steve Ludlow back then, he was one of the jefes there at the time.
TGS, are you tied in with Argentina somehow?
Jim's working some Argentina stuff right now onshore. But
They're
we've
not
got
the company, or you're still U.S. based.
TGS is actually on the Norwegian, the Oslo stock market, but our operational head office is in Houston.
Okay,
So most our massive employees are in Houston.
Jim and I went to the TGS get together last night, and all this Argentina stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's some stuff Jim's working on. Yeah.
So we weren't sure like what the relationship was.
Yeah, so we've got offshore surveys going, and then we're with a Sizeville Bucket Worth play.
Now you picked up, someone said all of SAE's legacy 3D.
Up in this area, yeah, we didn't get the Cook Inlet stuff that they had, but we bought 3 surveys on the soil.
Oh, the Cook, yeah.
Yeah.
So they gave me all that data for free. That's the deal was is when I sold it all to Exxon. We heard about it. Who did I sell it to?
Fury or
I think it was Force Oil at Denver. Force Oil, and so because I showed them the data and sold them the prospect, they had to go buy the data from Digicon. It was a brilliant thing, and so the guys see you got shit from a lot of the guys. It's like going, you're giving this guy free data. He said, no, look what he's doing. He's our bait.
Right.
He's willing to be the bait. And I said, yeah, it works for me. So I went in there and I pulled and they brought all the data. He says, Dan, you made me look good. I said, that's what I want to do. So if I could make you guys look good by telling these guys, hey, we're not selling this to nobody unless they get you to shoot the 3D dead.
Right.
Shoot.
Right.
The only way you get this acres is you commit to a deal with them.
What's the soonest you could
Is
logistically
that pushed it too hard?
If you're looking at something offshore, I mean, it takes us. I mean,
So probably at
let me
least
give you an
20
example. Like the stuff we're looking at in Harrison,
Right.
we're looking at 2 phases of 2, so it'll be two seasons.
Right.
We would probably need to start permitting September, October of this year because we're going to need a Fed permit, we're going to need state permit, we're going to need IHS stuff, and to get shooting August of the next year, we got to have 10 months ahead.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. So if you wanted to shoot 2021, you need to be working on permits.
So it'd probably be August, September would be your best months here, actually.
And that it's sort of the time to be acquiring data August, September in the open water.
And sometimes that year we did whatever was Coulomb, October was nice.
Yeah, it can be. October might work out to be your best month like that too.
So which 3 surveys did you guys pick up in the last one?
We picked up the ACLAC survey, which is basically just on the west side of Point Thompson and south. We picked up a small shallow water survey called CRD 3D. Conoco calls it something different, Iglink or something.
Yeah.
And then there's a survey being acquired right now called Cookpick 3D.
So they're all near shore.
They're all, yeah.
That's where it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Are those proprietary?
No, those are, we would own the data and license the data.
Okay. What is the license fee on those surveys?
So ACLAC, we're going out the door anywhere, depending on how much volume is licensed. You get the whole thing, it's about 40 a square.
Okay.
Which is about a third of what it costs to acquire.
Exactly. That's kind of the one right up here.
How much did you say? 40 million?
40,000 square.
40,000 square miles.
And we'd have Cookpick probably priced similar, a little bit higher, but we've got an exclusivity period with the first volume principal underwriter on that for 5 years. So
that's usually how it works.
Buy the whole survey?
That's how you get a 40,000 square price.
Yeah,
by buying.
Smart.
So it's about 17.5 million.
So here's
to license the whole survey.
So here's what's happening. We got these companies that are telling us they're looking for a new area. And I'm telling them, you can't ask for a better area than this. I mean, just think about it. We just celebrated our 18 billion barrel oil to the pipeline. Anwar's being opened up. And we got an empty pipeline over here at Point Thompson with 70,000 barrels of spare capacity. And the Trans-Alaska pipeline got room for 700,000 barrels. I mean, so, and you got Trump. And I mean, I think he's going to win the election. Unless Bernie gets it.
Yes. It's going to be Bernie.
Right.
It's going to be Bernie.
But
and as we were talking about earlier, if they build the gravel road out there to Point Thompson.
Well, Well, it changes a lot of things.
You know, that travel road is probably going to happen, but you know, I think it will. I mean, Dunleavy is a friend. You know, he's our governor. He's a friend, and Corey's doing okay, and he got a new director who's really good, Tom, and I think we're in good shape overall. I mean, a lot better than before. It used to be a nightmare, but now it's getting better, and I think the natives are better because they want the money.
Yeah.
So the natives get a lot of money if this happens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they want it to go.
Oh, they do.
They
So-
want it to go.
So we got everything. We got Trump on our side. We got the neighbors on our side. This is a perfect storm. So what I can do is tell them, sign a deal with you guys, simultaneously with me, or make a commitment to get this shot right away. And I want this deal closed by June, so that they can start permitting and give you your first check and get it rolling. Because whoever gets this acreage, whoever does this deal and walks away with a contract with you guys shooting this and with my acreage, and if we get this well drilled right here to tie that acreage with that seismic, that total.
But there's kind of this area right here is kind of key to get this tied.
Right.
Our biggest part.
Because over the Barrier Islands, it's kind of you've probably seen some of the seismic here. You get these velocity effects. And there's permafrost in where it's 3,000 feet. It's not like child's play, 600 feet in impurity. So that you have to good day to really makes a difference.
Very good. So when I say to somebody how much it would cost to shoot that whole thing, proprietary, they own the proprietary.
I'd say 150,000 square mile.
Yeah.
So how much total?
Well, 150,000 times 400.
So what's that? 60 million? Is that right? Did I do that right?
Get out my little calculator.
So they would have their all
100 squares would be 16. That sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's there.
and that would be for that right there. And then how much? And then how much to acquire all the data onshore right here?
I think I used to work a deal with Exxon. They put it all together. That's where I'd start at.
I would.
Well, that would tie into what we're talking about as Staines River Treaty, and that's probably.
You already have a
enough
shoot here
under
you can tie into already?
Well, we're working on one. We've got an area we're working on. right
And that's
now.
for
Yeah.
sure or no?
It's still in progress.
It sounds like it's going to go.
We're getting some. We're trying to get some.
It's not a sanctioned project yet.
No, it's
Not
not.
sanctioned.
We don't have any signed on the dotted line commitments on it yet, but we have some very strong interest.
But at least you're going to carry the offshore over the Barrier
Well,
Islands.
if that goes, then we can tie that offshore to that.
65 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it may not be that many squares, maybe
Right.
250 or
Okay.
300.
Now that would go just up to here. Is that as far as it goes?
Yeah, basically it would be a winter shoot, so we go as far as the ground and ice would go, maybe
then
about
you-
halfway through
and
Point
they-
Thompson,
Okay.
and then it basically goes like this.
So we
and
want to
then
be part of it. They want to be a part of that. So if I get somebody to be part of that now, can they get in now?
Absolutely, absolutely.
How much is available now?
The only thing available now is ACLAC over here.
Yeah.
That's what's available now. So none of this has been shot yet. We'd start that next winter.
How can it help next one?
It's 2016.
Okay, and it's not too late for them to get in on that shoot now.
No. We're drumming up. We're drumming up investors right now.
Okay, so
You're asking a perfect question.
Right.
To the perfect guy.
right. So, what do we need to tell them?
Well,
The buyer.
the buyers say that
Do you have a card, Monty? I mean,
Yes.
I can send you.
Yeah.
I can send you our outlines if you want shape files. I can send you that.
yeah, I can.
Jim, what do you do? Work out every day?
Well, I, like Jim, my wife and I do triathlons, and we're over 60.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome. Great.
And we have a son whose name is Monty, and it's spelled with an E.
Okay, good. That's a good name.
It's my world.
Yeah, but like Dan said, this is a good area to have more clean up. I think there's.
Well, that's driving some momentum around it too, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely stay in touch, and I'm being a geophysicist. I can help.
Are you in Anchorage?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So it's
Do you live up there too? Okay. Where do you live, Dan?
Disney World.
Disney World? There you go.
I got a grandson.
And a Disney World Alaska player. That's awesome.
I mean, I literally run my business out of my back bedroom.
Okay. Well, it's great to meet you. I've been monitoring all the activity going on, and you guys have had some interesting stuff going on. So that's pretty cool.
we can do some pre-planning kind of discussions. Next time you're up in Anchorage, or
Okay.
I don't know how often you get up there.
Oh, I was going to go up there next week and get on the crew, but with some
next
fuel
time-
supply issues, I said, you know what, you don't need my ass
If
out
you
there.
have a few hours in Anchorage, just give me a call. And
We'll do. Let's do that.
Money, pleasure.
Thank you.
Monty, good to meet you.
No, pleasure.
Dan,
to meet you.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank
Dan,
you.
good to see you again.
All right,
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff just starts with concepts, and next thing you know, it's moving.
So what do you think? That was about the single best thing, one of the best things that ever happened.
Well, yeah, data sells. It really does. You don't have to. You can wax it out.
You know, I do good with airplanes.
I don't have to. You get an employee or whatever it is, because they know they can see you. Oh, they see that. They deal with all the companies. They know what's happening.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got a lot of information. It was a good meeting. Nick Nelson.
Jim Bogardus. Worked up there right now.
Two of them is estimated at 300 barrels.
We acquired 3 surveys that SAE used to own and ASB used to own. So we acquired those 3 surveys. So we'll be licensing data from those surveys, and we're acquiring a project right now right on the east edge of the NPRA over some of that new Manishek discovery.
Well, and even if you want to tailor it back to 250, we follow that size of tailor.
Yeah, we go where the investment is. That's where
Arco tried to shoot 3D out here, Dan, built in 1995 or something, but it was before. It sounds like it. Those they have.
right now with what he's done, you can kind of
They have some huge girls that they have been trying on there today. They're particularly pretty. Actually,
Well, that's what we're hoping. We've got a survey that we'd like to do.
She'd have a child. Bernie Sanders. No, I'm not ready for that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All he's ever done is be a mayor of South Virginia. He's got his husband campaigning with him.
Nope, I have not. Where is he? He's out of Barrow? ASRC. I've met Teresa Ham before, but I was talking to.
It's funny, so I was talking to Jim on the phone.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be running into him.
No, but he was a name that was given to
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you're going to win. That's awesome. That's awesome how Trump knows all the details of all these deals all over the country. I mean, he's been quite impressive. I believe you're right. I sure hope so. We need that to happen. He's got egg all over their face.
Well, Pat, you went in and Bernie to win because they were.
Well, that's pretty good. It's like a shoe in. It's like a shoe in.
But I heard that as you know, shooting blue is a loss. Good in Iowa, right? So we got a little momentum here.
But still,
Yeah. I think nationwide he can Bernie. So he might be able to pick off a couple of small markets like that.
Drags your cable.
I got to run. Gentlemen, pleasure to
thank
meet
you
you.
for talking, and if you ever get
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I have to Fairbanks one day, and
There's room
Yeah.
for everyone.
I got a restaurant right downtown. So, but at the same time, we're all Alaskan. His grandpa came up and started a big old hotel down here.
Oh, yeah.
Late comers, don't like that.
I'm sure we're gonna run into you guys pretty
He
soon.
came up in 20s, late 20s.
Well, we're gonna eat at your place in Fairbanks.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to show you
One of these
everything.
days.
You'll see the
Absolutely.
moose, the tacklings are very rare.
Yeah, yeah.
With these horns all stuck together.
Awesome,
All right.
guys.
Yeah.
See you later. Take care.